Hey, what's up? It's Sage. This video is going to be about talents. I'm on the wiki page and we're going to go through the talents that I believe are best for heroes and the ones that I don't really like at all. So let's start with the talents that let's eliminate some of these talents and talk about the talents I don't really like. I don't like putting talents on my main heroes that have a chance of going off. I call them chance talents. And let's look at some of these. Heavy Blow has a chance of going off. Scorch has a chance of going off. Deadly Strike, see, chance. Blade Show, chance of going off. And Slowdown has a chance of going off. Now, my problem with these talents is that there's only they have to be triggered. There's only a chance that they will go off. So there's a bigger chance that they won't go off. And on some of these, like Scorch, I mean, the odds at 5 of 5 of you only have a 99% chance of it going off. The odds are very low that you'll even see this talent if you put it on your main hero. Another thing I don't like about these chance talents is that Ares can disable these talents. Ares will disable the skill, but he can also disable talents whenever a talent has to be triggered. And these talents have to be triggered. So I generally avoid putting those talents on my main heroes. I also don't like after death talents. These are talents that are activated after you die or after the game mode is over. So I don't like revive and self-destruct. Self-destruct is something that happens after you die. And I also don't like, where is it at? Enlighten. Enlighten, after the game mode is over, then you see the effects of this talent. I want my talents to help me while I'm in the fight, while I'm playing the game, not after my character dies. For the talent of, let me see, revive, a lot of people love revive. If you look at this wiki, it is like the most recommended talent in every game mode. I never liked revive. I've had it on my heroes and they just seem to die right after they come back to life. The only time it helped was when I had it on Moltanica in the arena. Moltanica is good because Moltanica has a lot of HP, so when he restores with 30% of his total HP, he actually has a fighting chance of continuing the fight. But the problem is a lot of people, they recommend revive for Pumpkin Duke and some of the other low HP heroes, and they just come back to life and they die again. So generally I try to avoid putting these on my main heroes. I'll put it on a duplicate, but anything that is triggered or I see the effects of it after my hero dies, I just don't like as a main talent. Also, I don't like the HP talents as main talents. That would be Stone Skin and Tenacity. They're basically the same, except for Tenacity you get a little bit more, 5% more HP, and this reduces damage in Stone Skin. Basically, the way to look at these is that if you have a hero with high HP like Moltanica or Orcsbane, I would probably go with Tenacity. If you have someone who is a melee type hero like Pumpkin Duke, or someone who you know they're going to take a lot of damage because they're in the fight, you know, they're not ranged heroes, they're just heroes that are always like right up front, then I would put on Stone Skin. But as main heroes, I don't like them because there's a lot of heroes already with high HP, and it just seems like a waste to put these on heroes when they already have high HP. So I generally avoid those also as main talents. And the last talents that I don't like putting on my main heroes, I call them best for crest talents because they're pretty good talents, but they're best as crest talents. Flame Guard is good, and I generally like these talents if your entire team had them. So if your entire team had Flame Guard as a secondary talent and they're deflecting, you know, 20 or whatever percentage of their damage taken, they're deflecting it, That'd be pretty awesome on a main team. Scatter is also really good if you had scatter on every single person on your team as a crest talent. Um, if you look, they'll just be deflecting or reducing the target's energy every time they attack. And sprint is also good. Sprint is really good as a crest talent with Ares, because in arena he'll get to that altar quickly, or he'll get to the enemy faster if they're in the same lane and disable their skill. Also, sprint is good to have on your entire team because they're going to be moving a lot faster, and it's almost like having a Pumpkin Duke Celebrate on your team if you have sprint. So I do like these three talents, but not as main talents. I would more so use them as crest talents. So let's talk about the talents I do like as main talents. These are the OP talents, the overpowered talents, the talents that are very rare, very hard to get, and if you get them, you want to make sure you put them on the right hero, and that's kind of what the basis of this video is about. So Bulwark is a very, very, very good talent, very OP. You want to get Bulwark though at 5 of 5 to see, you know, maximum effect of it. 4 or 5 or 3 of 5 for Bulwark wouldn't be good enough. But at 5 of 5 you're getting an increase in attack and max HP by 20%, which is awesome. Bulwark also stacks on top of your hero's proc. So if their proc increases attack, this is going to stack on top of that. So if they have an increase in attack of, you know, let's say 100%, now they're going to get 120% when if you have Bulwark. Also, Bulwark cannot be triggered. This is inherent. It's going to work on every single attack. It's going to work on every single proc, no matter, even if Ares procs on you, you're still going to have this as your inherent attack. It's just going to always be there. It doesn't have to be triggered. So Bulwark is excellent. Excellent. Another OP talent is War God. War God and Bulwark are almost the same thing, except with War God you don't get an increase in HP, but you get more attack. So at 5 of 5 you're going to get 30% more attack. I would recommend War God from 3 of 5, 4 of 5, or 5 of 5 if you want to, you know, really see a difference. But 5 of 5 is the ultimate. You want to put War God on something that has an increase in attack when they proc. Like Spirit Mage. When Spirit Mage procs, you see that huge increase. You want to put this on anything that has that increase when they proc, that attack increase when they proc, because War God is a finisher. You want, whenever a hero with War God attacks, you want them to just completely decimate the enemy, destroy them, kill them. If they hit a tower, you want them to bring down a tower in one proc. So War God is excellent, excellent. Just put it on a damage dealer and you will be fine. Life Drain. Life Drain, if you put this on the right hero, you will be immortal. You will be like a god if you put it on the right hero. The key with Life Drain, you just want to put it on a hero that can heal or that can restore HP, either restore their own HP or restore everyone else's HP. So as long as you do that, you got it on the right hero, because right here, as you see, at 5 of 5 you're restoring or recovering 5% of your HP each time the hero makes an attack. 5% of total HP. So like for the case of Orcsbane, he has a lot of HP. He has the most HP in the game. Every time Orcsbane attacks, he's recovering 5% of his total HP. When he procs, he's also recovering his HP and he's healing others. So Life Drain is one of the best talents, if not the best talent, if you put it on the right hero. Just make sure you put it on a healer or someone who is restoring HP every time they attack, and you will dominate. Alright, Berserk is a very OP talent. At 5 of 5 you're increasing the attack speed by 30%. It takes 8 attacks for your hero to proc. So the purpose of having Berserk is getting to that proc as quick as possible. The problem is a lot of people put Berserk on heroes that have cooldowns. And if they have a cooldown, even though you have a fast attack speed, you still have to wait for that cooldown to be over for you to proc. It's almost like driving through traffic very fast only to have to wait at the next traffic signal. So you're really not going anywhere any faster than anybody else if they have a cooldown. Make sure you don't put Berserk on a hero with a cooldown and you will be fine, because you'll be able to proc over and over and over again if they don't have that cooldown. And that is the biggest mistake that people make. And also, don't try to fix an attribute with Berserk. If they have a slow attack speed, don't put Berserk on them to make their attack speed faster, especially if it's just going to lead to a cooldown. If you do it right, Berserk will be a very, 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 very OP talent and very much desired and will be a game changer. If you do it wrong, you just have a wasted great talent that you're going to have to re-roll, and you're going to be very upset. Revitalize. Revitalize is my favorite talent, and it's one of the, if not the most desired talent in the game. Seeing a 5/5 revitalize is almost like hitting the lottery. It's like you don't see those at all. You may see one or two and spend thousands and thousands of dollars, and you could spend thousands of dollars and never see it at all. It is very rare. You want to make sure that you put this on the right talent, on the right hero. Of course, revitalize you could put on any hero. That's the great thing about revitalize, because at revitalize you're basically proccing immediately. Gain 100% energy at the start of battle at 5 of 5. That just means that you're going to already be at your proc. Now it says at the start of battle, but a lot of people, they make the mistake of getting hung up at this part right here where it says at the start of battle. Don't worry, because that is all you need for revitalize to work. You need it to work at the start of battle. That's the knockout blow. That's when all your heroes have revitalize. That's it. If you put revitalize on the right hero also, like Cupid or Pumpkin Duke or Druid, you're getting that attack damage, the attack buff immediately, and you're going to steamroll through your enemy. And that's all you need. And plus, for some slow attack heroes like Pixie, like Minotaur, you may not ever see their proc because they attack so slow. That's why revitalize is very, very good for those type heroes. If they have a slow attack, you want to get to that proc immediately. This is the quickest way to get to the proc, is having revitalize. It's quicker than Berserk, it's quicker than anything, because you're basically going to already have a shortcut to the first proc, and that is all you need. Revitalize is very OP. Put it on a hero that you want to see immediate effects of the proc. Like for Minotaur, he does that stun across the board. Revitalize is perfect, because as soon as Minotaur attacks, the entire board is stunned. So that's what you want. You want something like that that has a stun, that has a disabling skill like Ares, something where you'll get the most effect of seeing that hero proc immediately. But Revitalize is very, very OP, very, very OP, and it's my favorite, the rarest, the most sought after talent, and you're very lucky if you can get a 5/5 Revitalize. Just make sure you put it on a hero where you want to see the immediate effects of that proc, and you'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to go through my altar. I'm going to go through the talents on all my main heroes up to Pixie, and we'll see now how I got to the talents that I got to. But let me start with Pixie and explain my method. So when I get a hero like Pixie or any other hero, the first thing I do is I'm looking at their attributes down here. The attack speed on Pixie is very slow. The higher number is the slower number. The movement speed is actually very high. The higher number on movement speed is the best number. The attack is decent, it's okay, and the HP is decent, you know. So I kind of look at this, and then I go up here to the description of the skill. their proc. Okay, when Pixie procs, she deals 190% attack, which is an increase over this attribute at 3 foes and removes buffs. Also, Pixie heals 3 allies for 190% attack and removes debuffs, which means that Pixie is a healer. Pixie can restore HP, but Pixie has a cooldown. Now, Pixie has a cooldown. I'm not going to go for Berserk, period. That is my #1 rule. Don't put Berserk on a hero with a cooldown. So, what talents would I put on Pixie? Well, I have War God, and you can see why. Because War God stacks on top of the regular attack and stacks on top of the attack bonus in the skill. So because Pixie has a high number here, 190% attack bonus, War God is going to stack on top of that. So War God is good. It's going to give Pixie more damage. I would also put Life Drain on Pixie because Pixie is a healer. And like I said, if Life Drain is always good on a hero that can heal herself or himself and also heal other people. Pixie heals herself and heals 3 allies. So Life Drain would be very OP on Pixie. Also, Revitalize would be good. Revitalize is good on any hero, but Revitalize is good on Pixie because Pixie has a slow attack speed, and if you don't speed this up, you may not ever see Pixie's proc. So Revitalize is the quickest way to get to the proc. Not Berserk, Revitalize. Let's go to Orcsbane, the next one, real quick. And then I'm gonna go through each hero a lot quicker. So Orcsbane has better. His attack speed is a lot faster, or a little bit faster. At 1200, he has very high movement speed, super high HP, and also really good damage, just like Pixie. So I got Bulwark on here. Bulwark is not a bad talent for Orcsbane because, like I said, Orcsbane has right here, he has an increase in damage. He has an increase in his proc and the damage that he does. Another good thing with Orcsbane, it says it restores nearby allies' HP, so Life Drain would also be very good for Orcsbane. Orcsbane does not have a cooldown, so another good talent for Orcsbane would be Berserk, and of course, like I said, Revitalize is good. So Orcsbane is basically good for any of those OP talents. You can put any of those OP talents on Orcsbane, and he will be kicking butt. So now that we see that, we kind of see how I got to the talents of my heroes. So Revitalize is always good. Like I said, you're gaining that energy at the start of battle, which is good for Druid because he has an attack bonus when he starts. Pumpkin Duke Revitalize is always good. Minotaur Revitalize is good. Revitalize is always good. Revitalize is good on Cupid. War God, you remember increasing of attack, and it's an increase of attack right here. So War God is always good when you have it, when you see this giant number up here. Okay, Moltanica, same thing. You see a big number right here. You could have War God or Bulwark for Moltanica. Revitalize is always good. You want to have Revitalize specifically on Ares, Minotaur, and Cupid. Life Drain is good. You're restoring HP, and right here you're restoring HP in the proc. And Life Drain is actually the best talent you can put on Vlad Dracula by far. Santa Boom, War God, because you see this giant number up here. War God, very good talent. Berserk is good because Reaper does not have a cooldown, and that's what you want. You want him to get to that proc right here as quick as possible. War God would also be good because he has a big damage increase, and Life Drain would be good because he restores HP. Okay, so that is my method for picking these talents and putting these talents on these heroes, and hopefully you gained something from this video. If not, at least you know what my method is, and continue to do what you feel comfortable with. So okay, take care, and that's the end of this video. Bye.